still 8 hours later. Fire crews are on scene to monitor things. But if you want to walk with me over here, you can see there's still a lot of smoke rising up from the debris. Just on the other side of all of this mangled metal, I'm told there are some propane tanks. Our cameras aren't allowed any closer than this orange cone and sign right here, but you don't need to get any closer to see just how long this line is. Those cars were smashed up against this brick wall right here. You can see a couple chips and then some red paint left behind from one of the vehicles, though the bulk of the aftermath that's still out here right now are these stains and debris, spilled oil and vehicle fluids in the parking lot. If you're running on this trail before sunrise, it is extremely dark out here. Look, we just turned off the lights we brought out here and it's pitch black. The street lights just don't reach. The city tells us they have sent the vehicles back to Ford for exhaust issues, but Ford tells us they're not to blame. Plastic bags like these are not recyclable in our city system. That's because they clog up the machinery. So if you collect your recyclables in a plastic bag, kind of like those old grocery bags we used to use, you actually have to dump your recyclables separately. This is one of the busiest parts of campus, and this happened right in the middle of the day. But I want to draw your attention to this orange and green food truck behind me. And I'll also tell you, it smells pretty bad out here right now, but you can take a look and see an old sofa down there. There's some chairs, tons of garbage, even a toilet. Just about 60 seconds ago, I talked to the Austin Fire Department. They were able to give me some updated information. They say around 9 o'clock, they responded to a small fire inside a home here on Willow Street behind us. They say as firefighters were putting out the fire in that home, a man pointed a gun at them, told them to leave, and they did leave. Now they have stepped back about a block, and Austin police are taking over the scene behind me. You can see at least a dozen sets of flashing police lights out here. We also heard that SWAT is getting involved.
New at 10, growing medical marijuana here in Texas. By the first of the year, some Texans with intractable epilepsy could have cannabis-derived prescriptions filled here at home. CBS Austin's Melanie Torre introduces us to one of those Texans and takes us inside a nearby grow facility.
7-year-old Elliot Graham started struggling with seizures at age 2.
They were subtle, but have really devastating cognitive effects.
As he's gotten older, his diagnosis more serious.
It's been a really long journey.
Katie and Jim Graham have spent most of Elliot's life trying to find the balance between seizure control and increased doses of medication with severe side effects.
He's in a cognitive fog often. It's very, very difficult to learn. Lots of behavioral problems, sleep issues.
In 2015, the state legislature passed the Texas Compassionate Use Act. It allows Texans with intractable epilepsy to try a cannabis-derived drug if at least 2 physicians recommend it. Elliot will immediately qualify.
Ready, set, go. It's a plant that could actually improve Elliot's quality of life without the devastating side effects of some of the other drugs he's on.
This month, the Department of Public Safety awarded licenses to 3 companies wishing to grow medical marijuana in Texas. Morris Denton is the CEO at Compassionate Cultivation. They'll start their grow in a warehouse south of Austin in a matter of days.
For the people that know that this medicine works, it's coming. And for the people that maybe are questioning whether or not this medicine works, give it a chance. Keep an open mind.
Denton gave CBS Austin and the Graham family.
Hey there, I'm Morris. Jim Graham. Jim, nice to meet you.
A behind-the-scenes look at the Compassionate Cultivation facility.
And this is where we'll plant the seeds, right in those racks over there, propagation racks.
All of the plants will be grown indoors. The bright light in here simulates daylight. Flip a switch, and green lights turn it to night. The plants get the rest they need, but it's still enough light for Compassionate Cultivations to see and work.
We have to be very specific and very focused from around how we manage that grow process.
The cannabis plants won't have more than 0.5% THC. The plants will be turned into medicine, pills, tablets, or oils. Back at the Grahams, the wait is almost over.
Really, really hopeful that the new offering in Texas will actually, make a big difference.
Their first opportunity to try the drug in Texas will be late December or early January. Melanie Torre, CBS Austin News.
They just kept saying, "You're gonna live. I got you. I have you."
Grateful to be alive. A woman loses her arm in a horrific boating accident on Lake Travis. Tonight, she's thanking the strangers who saved her life.
In an exclusive interview, CBS Austin's Melanie Torre spoke with her about the terrifying moments she thought would be her last.
Every second together is a blessing for Christina DeJesus and her husband Blas. Just 72 hours ago, DeJesus nearly lost her life on Lake Travis.
I just went black.
She was at a bachelorette party when a boat propeller severed her right arm.
Immediately, a stranger just jumped in and started helping me.
Bleeding profusely, the strangers took her to a nearby dock. There, Travis County paramedics started working to save her life.
And I just kept saying, tell my husband I love him. Tell my family I love him. My mom. Tell my sisters that I love them. And I told them that I was gonna go and to not mourn my death and to celebrate my life.
On the helicopter ride to the hospital, DeJesus, an ICU nurse from New Jersey, told herself to keep thinking, keep talking, anything to stay alive. 3 days later, she is alive, feeling both gratitude and devastation.
I just have to move on and accept that this is my new life now.
The strongest person I know, and if anybody can get through this, it's her.
DeJesus has since met some of those strangers who helped save her life. 2 of them, Louis and Jason, come from a military background and have training for traumatic events.
It's like fate, you know, like it didn't seem like anyone else that was in the area really knew what to do. And when we got there, you know, we just kind of reacted.
Losing her arm hasn't sidelined any of DeJesus' plans. She says she'll keep being a nurse, a boxer, a wife, and someday, a mom.
And I'm so sad about this arm, but I have to keep pushing because I was saved for a reason. I'm gonna do great things.
Melanie Torre, CBS Austin News.
Now, mosquito bites are itchy, ugly, and one of our least favorite things about summertime.
Well, one study claims there's a blood type some mosquitoes like better than the others. CBS Austin's Melanie Torre explains what's happening inside your body and how that makes you a mosquito's next meal.
Larry Oliver started donating blood 40 years ago.
I'm a regular donor. I've donated a little over 57 gallons.
We Are Blood in Central Austin relies on people like Oliver. They're always on the hunt for blood, and they're not the only ones. With summer in full swing, mosquitoes are collecting blood too. But rarely is it Oliver's.
I don't think I've been bothered at all this year by mosquito bites.
A study from the National Center for Biotechnology Information says people with blood group O are more likely to attract mosquitoes. People with blood group A are least likely.
I don't get a lot of mosquito bites, that's true. I do have A negative blood.
Fellow donor Kim Dunnigan considers herself a mosquito magnet.
I just kind of try to avoid being out right at desk, so.
Her blood type?
O positive.
But is there really one thing, like blood type, that makes you more prone to mosquito bites? State medical entomologist Whitney Qualls says,
that's been like the $1 million question in mosquito research for years.
Qualls says there's no doubt mosquitoes like some people more than others, and it comes down to genetics.
If you're someone that works out a lot and you sweat, or you are outdoors and sweating a lot, that combination with heat or even have a fast metabolism can increase your likelihood that she will take a blood meal from you.
There is a certain concoction of chemicals mosquitoes go after, but the exact recipe is still unknown.
We all release lactic acid and ammonia and uric acid. However, it might be that right combination.
Qualls explains what attracts mosquitoes is more complex than blood alone, and different breeds have different tastes. Convincingly, the study found in human tests 86% of people with blood group O received mosquito bites, compared to 46% of people in blood group A. But no matter what's attracting them, experts agree the best way to throw the insects off your scent is to simply use repellent. Melanie Torre, CBS Austin News.